Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to change the brake fluid in your 5th gen Camaro. This is a V8 2SSRS. It's pretty easy. You're going to need some basic supplies to do this job. The first thing you're going to need is obviously brake fluid. The next thing you're going to need is a syringe or transfer pump or something of that ilk. So here's what I use. This was, I don't know, 12 bucks. It's oil safe. It's really easy to use. Wop wop, and it sucks out when you press it down and when it comes up, so it's nice and easy. I think you can get this at pretty much any auto parts store. And you're also going to need a catch like this. This is just an oil pan catch. You're not going to get a lot, but you need something to catch all that gross fluid in. And you're going to need some microfiber towels just to line the sides of your car, because this shit is super corrosive, and you don't want it touching your paint, because you won't have any paint anymore. So you're going to want to pop your hood and take a look around, just make sure that everything's okay. The main thing that you're going to be looking for is this reservoir right here. You simply make sure that you take that lid off. As you can see, my clutch fluid / brake fluid is really nasty. There's a known defect in the master cylinder and clutch cylinder that allows particulate into the actual system. So sometimes you'll see that your clutch pedal doesn't come all the way up when it's cold. After cycling it a couple times, it'll generally come back up on its own, but that's a general indicator to let you know that you need to change your clutch fluid. You want to spend some time and get really good coverage of any part that might have paint exposed. Just in the unlikely event that you do spill a little bit of the brake fluid. I should also note that you don't need a big can. A 12 fluid ounce can is more than enough. However, once you break the seal on it, you cannot use this. This stuff is hydrophilic. It takes on water like a son of a gun. So once you open the can, you basically got to use what you're going to use and then just throw it away. Note, following these instructions, you do this at your own risk. I'm not a trained mechanic. I'm just an enthusiast. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off and just set it aside on the plastic so I don't get it on my paint. You might want to wear gloves. I'm going to be risky and not wear gloves just because I've done this before. So first things first, you're going to put your pump or syringe as deep it'll go into this reservoir, and do how they do and pump a whole bunch of this out. It's really gross, very, very nasty stuff. So that'll do a little bit more. There we go. Go ahead and put the pump up in the catch pan so I don't get any oil on my car. And then I'll grab my handy dandy funnel, pour in new brake fluid, and do the clutch cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in some new Dot3 brake fluid. Pulled out about a third of it. And this is cycle number 2. It's pretty easy. You want to use a funnel just because of how nasty this stuff is. But you can see that it's pretty much a clear, like almost a little amber color. And you don't want to fill up much past the max fill line. forget to put your cap back on between cycles. I have a rag handy just to wipe up anything that drips off, just because how nasty this stuff is. As far as I can tell, it's pretty typical for these to get fairly oily. I don't know if it's a defect in the seal of the cap, or if just a little bit of this brake fluid just escapes. Not really sure, but I have seen how oily these get, and it has never really been a cause for concern for me. So after you do put the brake fluid in your reservoir, you're going to need to pump your clutch. I have seen anywhere between 20 and 50 times. I do 50. It seems like a nice big number. It's a lot of actuations. It moves a lot of fluid. You look like a putz doing it, but you know it's your car, and you know you're a putz. So basically, you just actuate the clutch. Just sitting off. You don't have to do anything. It's moving a whole bunch of hydraulic fluid while you do this. I'll put about 50. Then you go and pump out your old clutch fluid and put in new. And do that. On my car, I only had to do it twice. I was able to cycle it out pretty easily. As an added bonus, I guess I'll do a startup and rev of the Camaro just so you can hear my exhaust, because I got the courses not too long ago, actually about a year ago now, and they sound pretty amazing. And I don't really think I've done a video on these yet, so I'm going to do a startup and rev. There you go. Startup and rev. Sounds awesome. Thanks.